Alright guys, welcome back. It's time for the quarterfinal matchup. This one is going to be hi-5 versus Resist Gaming. You know, last game we said no blue sports, so it was a big game for those guys. We need to win all the games today. This game could mean either one of these teams being knocked out of a guaranteed spot, because it's a lot is going to be in line in this one.
That's right, it's really, really big for both these teams right now. hi-5 versus Resist. One of them has a real potential to go through to the qualifiers. At the moment, though, it's only one or the other that has that shot. And so hi-5 versus Resist have to play the best both these two teams and stand a chance. So you know, Resist Gaming is made up of Hudat, Words as Weapons, Pantheon, Bellatine, and Chaos. And across the way, hi-5 with some known names from the Pro League last season. Elbro Chacho, Medieval, Polar Bear Mike, Nonton, and Bolcher make up their lineup as the bans are coming through.
It's going to be a big one. That said, Humbats get removed by Resist Gaming. hi-5 have taken Sylvanas out of contention, and they're still deciding on their second ban. There's a lot of options available.
Thor.
It
has Thor or Athena? Actually,
could be.
maybe I could have gone for Athena there just because Geb was taken away by Resist Gaming. I think this would be an Athena lock-in by Resist. Yeah, it makes sense to me to see the Athena, just because of the way they banned Geb there. They were setting that up, so hi-5 had to choose about banning Athena or Thor. They took away Thor, Athena goes in, but what did hi-5 do in response? Serqet was left up because of this.
Yeah, she was. Will we see her a second game in a row? Someone else we didn't see last game picked or banned, actually, will get hovered over. Bastet getting locked in. Very strong jungler still. Leaving that Serqet pick available potentially for Resist Gaming. Could be a little bit of a risky play by them.
I don't know, I mean, they picked up Bellona here. Bastet is very, very much loved over in North America, so it's not a surprise to see Bastet being vocally picked or banned in the face. I'm really interested by the Humbats bans coming out now to try and take away Humbats. People are starting to realise that Humbats is very strong, but it's leaving the other junglers available too. Back to Resist Gaming though, they've got their potential support locked in. They could take another support here and then ban one away if there's not one picks and put Athena in the solo or in the jungle if they so choose. Will they do that though? Not so sure.
Yeah, Agni getting hovered over would be a pretty safe mid lane pickup. Xbalanque getting looked at as well. Cupid's available if they lock that in. I wouldn't be surprised to see that as the counter pick by hi-5 for the counter banning phase. As both those gods get locked in, that could potentially be the case. It's over to hi-5. Pick one more if we move on to those counter bans.
I love Resist picks and ban phase here, honestly. I think this is really smart from them, what they're choosing to do. They're like, we're going to pick Xbalanque here. We're going to ban Cupid probably if you don't pick it now. However, if you don't pick something here, we'll probably ban a support instead. So they've got options now, and I like what hi-5 did in response too, by just going, you know what, we'll take Isis, and you can only use one ban, so we'll get the Guardian, or we'll take Cupid maybe. We might even go for another sort of carrying that role.
Isis, one of the best wave clear mages in the game, even early on. Big play set with the Spirit Ball, Circle Protections, a giant area. You shall not enter this or you will be hit by a very large nuke. We may heal ourselves as well. It's like essentially this big area. The silence is good as well. Very, very strong god. Good matchup against Agni as well early on.
Early on, yeah, but then as the game develops, Agni does like start coming online. It can really stop the damage potential from an Isis with those stun combos that Agni can put out. So we'll see how that one plays out.
Yeah. Bacchus will be the first counterband by hi-5, like you said, taking another support off the table. Ares is still available. Athena could, of course, always be their support. And actually, this is interesting. hi-5 definitely very much concerned that Athena may not have been for the support role.
That's true. Exactly, and that's why they banned away the Bacchus. In response, Resist Gaming did Ares as well. So now they've got an opportunity here, hi-5 for another Guardian. Available is Kumbhakana, available is Ymir as well. Ymir's probably a little bit more higher up the skill chain than Kumbhakana in terms of wanting to be picked right now. In the food chain, rather, not the skill chain. But they're going to pick Rama now, and they're going to wait for Resist Gaming's last two picks before they choose their support. Supports are limited here, and with Serqet getting all the way through, she's now being hovered over as a fifth pick for Resist Gaming.
Something you typically would not expect to see. Still a very, very strong jungler. Looking at the team comp on the other side. A lot of squishy targets. If that last breath poison is popped and then someone with that on it dies, that poison spreading that true damage all over the place in a team fight can just be absolutely massive. If they can pull that off, it would be just insanely huge. Serqet will get locked in. They're going to lock in Tyr as well for their solo lane. So
it's going to be Ymir, no? Not going to be Ymir, it's going to be an Odin.
That's interesting. Where Odin's support, but more likely than not coming out. It's going to mean Ring of Spears is going to mess up a lot of people's day. Athena can get out with her ultimate. Serqet can leap over the ambush. Tyr can use his ultimate as well. A lot of people, though, on the side of Resist Gaming are not going to have that luxury of escaping that Ring of Spears if Odin catches somebody out.
Well, it's for Xbalanque and Agni more often than not. You try and catch those in a worse position and try and ring them in. Honestly, the pick and ban phase, I've got to give that to Resist Gaming. I really like their composition more than I do Hi-5s just on paper. Just because I can see the lane matchups going. Tyr versus Bellona in the solo lane. Tyr is one of the only warriors that can really handle Bellona quite comfortably in that lane and deal with her as she gets going. Her laning phase at the start of the game isn't the strongest. Neither is Tyr's technically, but Tyr will have a better time of things to be able to get himself online for his double stance and then be able to sustain himself for the most part in that lane. So I'm comfortable in that lane. In the mid lane, I still always favour Agni over an Isis, just because of how Isis will have a bit more tougher time against Agni as the game develops. If Isis can get snowballing early, though, if Vulture can really get going, it'll be really effective and can shut down that Agni early on.
I believe we saw Vulture playing Isis last week and did quite well with it as well. So we'll have to wait and see here, guys. The anti-ghost timer currently ticking down. We'll be back in just about 3 minutes with the game between Resist Gaming and Hi-5. It's a big, important one. One of these teams potentially going to lose their hopes at a guaranteed spot in the summer qualifiers when this game finally concludes. Alright guys, hello and welcome back. It's time for the quarterfinal matchup. Resist Gaming going to be facing off against Hi-5 in this one. This game is very important for both these teams. This will knock one team out of a guaranteed 4th place position for the Challenger Cup overall. They could potentially still squeak through by one of the non-guaranteed 5th, 6th seat spots, but you know, both these teams want to make sure they get that spot locked in and not have to worry about other teams to secure themselves a spot.
Yeah, they do. And with how this game's going to go out right now, Hi-5's composition is all about early game aggression. They need to try and abuse this early game to the best of their advantage. Isis is going to be very strong in the early stages of the game against Agni. Over in the duo lane as well, Odin's going to be able to use that lunge bird bomb to guarantee a lot of damage. And Rama, very, very good at all situations. Bastet, early game, very, very strong too, even up to level 5, including level 5 when she gets those cats online. So Hi-5 are looking to dominate this game very, very early. If this goes past, I feel like when it gets to like level 15, and such, if Hi-5 don't have a substantial lead, Resist Gaming have a really good chance of getting back into this one and causing a lot of issues. So on paper, Hi-5's all early game, Resist Gaming have a better late game.
Indeed, as boss finally spawned, right now at least it looks like no invades coming out anywhere across the map. A couple of wards were placed down just to kind of make sure of that fact. But, will they look for something big once they get to lane? Fearless plus a taunt coming out from the solo lane of Resist Gaming could be a pretty big setup at the same time. Bellona is fairly difficult to kill. She didn't start that heavy hammer we see so much these days. Death's Toll at the same time, though. She's going to have a very, very effective lane clear phase. She doesn't have to worry about mana so much. Hitting 3 targets at a time, I think that Death's Toll pays off big dividends.
Yeah, for sure, if they can actually confirm it. I mean, the one thing you were saying there was CC as well. Good Fearless coming out already in this solo lane onto Medieval, who takes a lot of poke damage. Not enough to write home about, though. Going to pop a health potion and heal back up again. But talking about CC, when you look at Hi-5, they don't have that much hard CC. Honestly, they've really got Isis for the hard CC, as well as Bellona's engagement with her ultimate. That's all they have to their name. So they're going to have to be very careful about how they engage these fights and look for really early game aggression. And talking about early game, you can already see El Brochacho in the jungle with Vulture stealing away experience.
Yeah, that's reasonably common these days, but typically it's the blue team invading the red side of the jungle. Serqet making a little bit of a later rotation from that solo lane. We'll see if she can find a possible pick here in the mid lane, but with the mini wave approaching the Resist Gaming side of the map, it's just going to be leeching up and soaking some experience, and possibly a second invade, maybe look for a play here as well.
This is really what they need to do. They're trying to catch a rotation coming out, but at the same time what they're doing is keeping the pressure on the lane. They're trying to abuse the early game, get themselves a nice early lead, but on this rotation back to lane now, they have to be very, very careful, as there's a ward that knows where they are, which means that they can try and collapse on this, but they've changed their mind about going for it. Have Resist Gaming, they're just going to go back to mid lane and accept that they've lost both those back harpy camps now, and the level 5 will be reached by Hi-5 very, very quickly.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Someone in chat also asked or mentioned, doesn't disarm count as a hard CC? What we mean by the hard CC is the ability to just lock somebody down and set up a big play. Yeah, stopping somebody from doing the auto attack, basic attacks is a big, huge deal in a fight, but it's not going to allow somebody to kind of close the gap, close distance, and apply a whole bunch of damage guaranteed. I
mean, yeah, exactly. Disarm will stop auto attacks, but against a mage, is that really going to matter against someone like Agni? Against a Tyr, who generally looks to use all his Fearless combos for his damage with his power cleave, it's not going to really be effective. It's almost like a Silence on Isis. Silence on Isis is very good at stopping abilities, but is it going to stop a hunter from auto attacking you in your face? Hell no, it's not. He's still going to run at you and hit you. So, hard CC, a little bit limited right now for the side of Hi-5, but Hi-5 need to make this early game count.
Without a doubt. Mid Harpy is going to be spawning here in just a few seconds. Resist Gaming currently pushed back to the tower once again, the duo lane. Athena still has time to make a rotation over here. We'll see what they look to do, how they look to play this one out. Ultimates are already online for hi-5. Resist Gaming may not have that same luxury. They'll be able to pick it up off this mid lane of minions probably, but yeah. Hi-5 are doing a very, very good job of getting themselves a nice early game lead in both gold and
It was their
experience.
game plan. Oh, right-hand side, a little bit of aggression coming out onto Medieval, but nothing more than that. Bastet's going to rotate round here, looking for weapons here. Brochacho, if you can land the full combo here, he may be able to bring him down. Not going to drop the cats there, though, just a bit of poke damage, as Medieval did have a full creep wave there that he couldn't really support because of. So all square for the time being in terms of kills, but there is an experience in gold lead that has been established for the time being. Maybe a play mid lane coming here.
Yeah, they're looking for it. Rainfire Bomb do connect onto Vulture for a little bit of damage, but well back under the tower will be okay. I like the call there by Elbochacho as well against Tyr. Tyr really is not that threatened by the cats. Lawbringer away, you get out of that slow, and you can turn around immediately, use that power cleave, hit all 3 cats, get a big chunk of health back, and more likely than not survive that overall gank attempt. So saving the cat call for another opportunity later on down the road, maybe another god in general. Probably the wiser call there for Elbochacho. First backs coming out from some of these gods, though.
I'm really expecting an early Goal Fury coming out from hi-5 in this game. They have to try and abuse this early game aggression that they've got, especially with the Ring of Spears on Polar Bear Mike here from playing Odin. If they can use that Ring of Spears to their advantage, they can look for an early gold, and I think, me saying that, they're actually going for it right now.
Yep, there it is. It is started up. They are at least suspecting this is going on. Xbalanque kind of pokes him over. Bellona now aware of this. Sword Protection drop down Ring of Spears. You shall not pass.
Early ring.
As they're
Early
looking
ring.
for it.
Early ring has come down though, the ring will go down soon. The gold hog has already been used. Hi-5 do get it, but the engagement is now going on as the boys of Resist Gaming do turn up. Cats jumps in, Elbochacho looking for damage. There's Serqet though in response.
Yep, looking to find Bellona all the way from the solo lane. Medieval finds a kill, as well as another one going down. That's 2-0 so far for Hi-5. This is a big play they needed. Polar Bear gonna barely survive that. The burn, knocking me off a flame blade for Chaos. Secures that one. Now is he gonna get out?
I don't know if he will. The pounce comes out from Brochacho. Low on mana though. He's not going to have a cooldowns. Taunt. It was good coming out there from the Athena. Still though, non-taunt finds the kill on Chaos. Good. Fearless coming out from the Tyr. Tyr could clean up a couple of kills here if he plays this well enough. No, non-taunt's going to live. Lawbringer over the top. Secures that kill. And he's going to walk away from that one. It's 3 for 2 engagement, but the Gold Fury goes to hi-5. This is what they needed to do in this early game here, Zayden. And it's wise that they're going for it. They've got a good lead now.
Yeah, Resist Gaming, they answered back a couple of very much needed kills in that engagement, but First Blood plus that Gold Fury plus an additional kill went the way of hi-5. So overall, big victory for those guys, already a 3,000 gold lead, not even mentioning the experience. They're about to hit that level 9 threshold as well. Ultimates will be back online. They could look some pretty big plays with that second rank in their ultimates in just a little bit.
So this is all we were going to be talking about this game is hi-5 need to go aggressive early, need to abuse the Gold Furies at these early stages. The mid Harpies are very important to them too. And they should be looking for those soon as well. Harpies are about to spawn and hi-5 need to get them once again and keep this snowball going. It's very important to them because if they get Resist Gaming, get a foothold in this game, then they're going to get themselves in a really strong position to try and actually take advantage of this early game comp of hi-5.
Yeah, and it looks like Resist Gaming just going to give those up. Go ahead and pick up their jungle buffs instead at the moment. They'll be able to get those uncontested, but it's another 200 or so gold going the way of hi-5 plus the experience. If they keep doing what they're doing right now, hi-5 may slowly start to run away with this game. Resist Gaming need to start to look to apply the pressure, stop the bleed, and start turning this game back around in their favor.
Resist Gaming will have a game plan though. Their game plan will be sat there and they'll be like, let's work out what situation we want to be in. They have an early game composition. When are we going to start coming online? Well, let's talk about level 9 through level 15. Anywhere between there, if we can get ourselves there and not be X amount behind in terms of golden experience, then we're still in this game. We just need to hold on for the time being, not give too much up for free. Don't give away too many picks of the early game aggression. But Serqet mid lane going aggressive there. Actually used the ultimate, didn't find anything, but Tyr's getting ganked in the right.
He is indeed.
He was.
Yeah, not much coming of it, however. Like I said earlier, Bastet does not have the best gank against Tyr. He can take advantage of the cat call to get a 3-hit heal off of that power cleave for 4 ticks total. So it's like, the cats might kill him, or he might just go ahead and heal himself up a good portion of his health. Bellona and Tyr are going to go out a little bit in the jungle, back and forth. These guys aren't going to be able to kill each other at this point in time without some outside assistance. So for now, it's a bit of a standoff. Hudat just kind of chilling in the mid lane, seeing what Vulture's up to. Chaos is chilling by the tower. Not much going on right now.
Well, Polar Bear's trying to get a gank on mid lane here. He's in a good position for it. The problem is he was stood on a ward, and he's not going to find anything. But they're going to catch Athena out of position here. They're looking to burst her down. She may just try and ult out of this if she gets a chance to. But Brochacho's there as well, and they're really going to continue chasing onto her.
Ram's up, looking to snipe. First shot, second shot, one more shot to go. Will he find it? Yes! Nanton will answer with that one. Another kill on the board for hi-5. Mid lane, Bellona rotating over. Looking for a little bit of something, but yeah, not really much kill opportunity right now.
Oh, Goon Squad is on his way though. Good fearless coming out onto Brochacho. Brochacho's attacking that tower, drops the cats, gets out of dodge. There's a good engagement from Medieval. Looking for this pick up into Agni. Chaos does fall down. Weapons award, sorry, Where does Weapons does actually bring down those cats, but doesn't find a kill for it. And hi-5 get another win under their belts in an engagement.
Indeed, 5 kills to 2 right now for those guys. Gold lead shot up at 4.3k. Mid lane, Defender of Olympus coming down from Valentine right there. They were looking to hopefully catch Vulture out, but he, Isis doesn't have what we would consider a proper escape, but he has been doing a very good job of just staying far enough back and not allowing Resist Gaming to catch him out outside the safety of his tower.
So, for 8.5 minutes in, 7 kills down. Gold Fury had been taken, 3,500 experience lead. 3,500 gold lead for hi-5. It's a decent lead. It's not substantially enough just yet, though, to run away with this game. All tower is still standing. Keep an eye on this next Gold Fury, guys, because it's going to spawn about the same sort of time as these mid-harpies are going to spawn too. And Resist Gaming need to make sure they get wall coverage, because at the moment they don't have much over at that Gold Fury.
It'll be interesting. We saw last time the Ring of Spears may have come down a little bit earlier. Wrath of the Gods now available for both supports. The problem will be actually getting Athena within range to execute that ability. They could potentially have Tyr or Serqet leap her in with the Defender of Olympus being attached, but it could be a risky play, because then once they're in there, anyone then has to deal with that attack speed slow, the anti-healing coming down. Tyr can't power cleave to get any health back, things like that. It could work, but it could be risky. And at the same time, there's a lot of protections coming from the Serqet protection, plus potential healing, big chunks of damage. A steal would be probably the strategy it could look for, but it'd be risky.
Well, left harpies go down, as do rights to hi-5. Medieval did rotate for those. He's losing a wave of experience at the tower for that, though, so a bit more pressure going onto that one for the Tyr. Gold Fury is sentry warded by hi-5 now, and who does need to watch this rotation? He's looking to ward a little bit deeper, looking for a pick in mid lane, but the taunt comes out. They're looking for Vulture.
Yep, they are, and they will find that first kill onto him in that mid lane. Hudat looking to answer back. Last Breath of Poison is applied to Polar Bear Mike. Will it be enough? It's going to be ticking away, but it's not going to find that kill. This is a little bit of an opportunity for Resist Gaming right now. They have that power play. They also have the support force pretty low in health. If they can manage to find Polar Bear Mike, they could set themselves up for a Gold Fury attempt.
This collapse from hi-5, very intelligent here. They need to defend the Gold Fury, make sure they don't lose anything. They're going to continue going aggressive, though. And Polar Bear might go down. Actually going to use the Ravens to keep himself alive with that shield. Leap over the wall away from danger. Snipes coming out from Nanton. Brochacho does find Valentine now, which means the aggression is going to dissuade for the time being. The rally used over the wall by Medieval. The fight's still raging on in the jungle.
Indeed. Words for Weapon finds out Brochacho. They're still looking for a little bit more. Can they lock them down? Nanton and Medieval both ripe for the taking, but they will not be able to secure those kills. Fortunately for hi-5, they did manage to pick off Athena in the end in that overall extended engagement. Polar Bear Mike's still alive. They could try to sneak something in, but there's only one ultimate available. It's the Lawbringer. Tyr can kind of just fearless everybody off the Gold Fury, so it would kind of ruin any attempt by hi-5, and then have a fight in the hands they might not necessarily want.
It was a good fight, that, honestly, for Resist Gaming. They actually stemmed the bleeding of the experience differential right then. They actually gained some experience back on their opposition hi-5. Hi-5 will still be looking for this Gold Fury, though. With that Sentry Ward down, they'll know that they don't have any vision of that Gold Fury if it does get attempted, so you're going to see Hudat have to rotate around here soon to keep an eye on it. Athena, obviously, with that global presence, will be able to be very mobile around the map if she needs to be. But for the time being, Resist Gaming are fine in the situation they're in right now. They're not that far behind.
No, not without a doubt. I mean, this is still either team's game. Both teams are playing this very, very well. We touched on hi-5 have a pretty strong early game. They've been using that to advantage, looking for invades, steals. I believe they've secured every single Harpy camp so far in the mid lane. So they're playing this very, very well. But a little bit of concern. You know, they're holding on to that goal lead they have, but is it enough to start snowballing them forward into an overall victory? Right now, I don't know.
Well, at the moment, everyone's just continuing to farm up once again. hi-5 have rotate for the Gold Fury, though. Here we go with this again. Sentry Ward is down. There's a ward very deep, though, from Resist Game, and I love that ward placement from Resist. Can you see it? The backside, they knew it was going on, but here's the engagement. Spirit Ball connects on Valentine into the Ring of Spears. Valentine's going to drop down here. Support is dead. Can they find more?
That's who they wanted. Can they find more? Right now, Resist Gaming are backing off just a little bit. Rotation coming in from the soul laners as well. They know that they do not want hi-5 to get another one. They're going to look for more picks. They can blink forward, coming out from Odin, looking to find somebody with that Raven Shout explosion, but was not able to do so. Catcall drop down, though. That will find them a Houdat.
Yeah, Houdat does go down, but Chaos does get away using the combat blink for survivability. A very early investment in that, but you have to as a mid laner against this Odin, so wise pick up by Resist. Tyr has to be on defensive duties now. He's got to try and stop them doing the Gold Fury as long as they can. You can also see Xbalanque on this left-hand side here, played by Pantheon, just waiting in the wings, trying to stop them from doing it, and with Chaos in the wings as well, they could potentially defend this.
Demons here, they're looking immediately to find that kill in their game, but good taunt found too. Polar Bear Mike will drop almost immediately. Belcher answers straight back the support for support yet again. Resist Gaming might be looking to pursue this one going forward, but for now at least, the Gold Fury has been delayed yet again. Resist Gaming.
Resist should start
from that.
Resist should start it right now. They've got the opportunity. They've got 2 targets, so one will have target very, very low on HP. Also, the support is dead at the moment. They could have looked for the Gold Fury, then they chose the safer option of not going for it. So they stem the flow of damage and continue going back to farming once again. Good play from hi-5, honestly. From Resist Gaming overall there to stop hi-5 from getting it.
And with that, small overall gold advantage going with hi-5, but stopping that extra 1,500 from the Gold Fury is a big deal for them. We're moving kind of into the mid game right now. It's not so much about sitting in lane, sitting there farming nonstop. Solo laners still have the option of a second active, depending on how the game goes. They have some, they switch up, maybe go for that teleport, maybe go some other options. Weaken Curse is always quite useful. Maybe Shell of Absorption, on the side of hi-5 because Polar Bear Mike did pick up the blink. So there's some options for Medieval to pick something up. But the big thing is, once again, grouping up on this Gold Fury, they want to fight, but they want to make sure that Ballantine is not alive to actually steal these away. They're looking to bait once again. They're not going to face check that one, though.
They're not. You can also see Houdat come around the corner as well. There's a ward placed everywhere from hi-5 around this Gold Fury. Also, you're going to see the solo lanes coming in too. Medieval's already here to this engagement. Ballantine going aggressive on Elbow Chacho. They're trying to find a pick, but he pounces into the ring of spears, and that Gold Fury is going to go down to hi-5, and the fight rages on.
It is Elbow Chacho very, very low. Will he be able to escape from that one? The Serqet poison is ticking away. It will wear off. That's not going to be spreading anywhere right now. Up in the air, they're trying to secure that kill. Pounce to leap away. Elbow Chacho looks like he will survive. Elsewhere, health bar is still looking fairly full.
Still chasing. Yeah, they're still chasing though, and there's Houdat going aggressive on Vulture. He will drop down. That Aegis will only buy him a second, and the poison brings him down from Pantheon. Good Fearless on to Medieval there, and a good stun followed up by Agni. Great taunt on top of that. Really good combo by the boys of Resist Gaming here to keep onto Medieval, who will go down as well here. There's no escape for him. A 7-9. The Gold Fury though did go again in favor of hi-5.
Sneaky kitty cat in the mid lane. Elbow Chacho was able to also take down that tier 1 tower, so overall, hi-5 will win that pretty handily in the gold count. But experience-wise, with those couple of kills, Resist Gaming answer right back.
I mean, the experience still does stay in favor of hi-5 for the most part, but it's not enough. They're going to try and answer back in mid lane though straight away with this game and looking for this tier 1 tower. With Polar Bear Mike there though, they've got to be careful about minions, and there's a roll in from Nonto looking for damage, and Polar Bear Mike's going to explode one. Good Fearless coming out from weapons there, looking to get some damage on with Tyr and disengage again. The tower stands. Elbow Chacho commits suicide to an archer.
That was mid last breath. The damage kick from last breath is delayed. It's not instantaneous when Serqet actually latches on and starts applying it. Elbow Chacho had about 100 health on the back of that Gold Fury fight. Split pushed down the tier 1 mid tower. Split pushed down the tier 1 right lane tower. Stood there tanking archers. Was not getting out of that one alive. And got executed.
And got executed. He did a really good. Elbow Chacho did really good work there. I mean, he was out of health at the engagement. Did you see how he actually baited the Athena to go for the play on him, and he jumped into the ring of spears for safety? Used that defensively there. Jumped into the ring of spears, got the Gold Fury, then got focused down, managed to get out, rotate to mid lane away from the infight, get the tier 1, then get the tier 1 right hand lane as well. Elbow Chacho trying to abuse the early game power of his team and of this Bastet.
Yeah, it so far seems to be working. That's 2 towers plus a Gold Fury in the back of that play. hi-5 extend their gold lead up to around 6,500 gold or so. And looking at things as they stand, I mean, they're slowly but surely starting to build a gold lead for themselves. They're holding on to that early game advantage they do have. Vulture going for this Breastplate of Valor, being forced a little bit towards a defensive option. The cooldown reduction, of course, is always very, very nice, but it might not necessarily be what you'd ideally look to go for. Oh, Elbow Chacho just left into a bad spot. We'll be able to pounce back out, though.
Yeah, he'll get out, but it will cost him his beads for doing that indiscretion there in the mid lane, going a little bit too aggressive. Hi-5 trying to group up and try and find someone in the jungle right now. They're looking for a pick to continue this. They've managed to push Resist Gaming back now to the tier 2's left-hand side. Pantheon might be the one that's getting collapsed on, and there's nobody here to support right now.
Indeed, Ring of Spears, you ain't going anywhere. Good start. Defender Limbus dropped down immediately. They're trying to stay safe under that tower, but will be enough. Not looking like it. He is about to fall. Rama up some more damage. Counter rotation's coming in. Health bars are low for Hi-5.
Yeah, they're chasing on the back lines, so looking for kills on there. Meanwhile, Tears going aggressive on the front lines. You can see Hudat's a little bit caught out of position now, and Nonton's going to get exploded by Chaos. Elbow Chacho wants us back onto Hudat. Weapon is low on this Tear. He's going to have to get away from the Wingos, which are still firing onto his face. Brochacho finds that kill, and that was a late rotation from Resist Gaming, and that cost them big, because they're going to lose 2 towers here. I can almost see it now.
Yeah, it's going to be guaranteed now. They got the 4 kills just prior to that as well. So tier 1 dropped. Still 3 seconds on Athena. You know, Agni's back in base. They're not even going to really look to defend this one right now. There's not enough time for them to seriously consider the Phoenix right now. Gold Fury is up in just about a minute. Buffs are going to be coming up. Back Harpies are available. Mid Harpies are going to be up in a couple seconds as well. Go back to base, spend all that gold they just put in their pockets, pick up some nice new shiny items, group up, and look to yet again force fights over that Gold Fury while they still have this pretty strong gold advantage.
That was just a late response coming out from Resist Gaming, honestly. I mean, we saw Athena all on to Xbalanque. They actually got out of that engagement then, for the most part, but then they got re-dived in. You should have basically let Xbalanque die. Athena could have technically got away if she wanted to, and they should have just left it at 1 kill and potentially lose a tower. But the re-engagement didn't work out well for them. Hi-5 split nicely and spread the fight how they wanted it to be spread. Brochacho's looking for speed here. Will he find it?
His Razor Whip's applied. Yeah, not going to be Bizgo, and Hudat will pick that up for himself. Otherwise, for now, just keep kind of standing off, looking for those big pick opportunities. A lot of wards, yeah, a lot of wards just disappearing off the map. A lot of wards staying in inventory at the same time as well. As the left side jungle, a little bit back and forth. Looks like Xbalanque going to be forced to use Rising Jaguar to run away. Nanton could potentially have pursued with the cripple, but they knew reinforcements were already rotating on over to stop him from chasing that kill.
Yeah, good work from Nonton there, putting the pressure onto the Xbalanque. He didn't overextend his reach so far. So it's 14-8 right now. Hi-5 is still in control of this game right now. This Gold Fury has begun once again with Ring of Spears. This one should be another free Gold Fury for Hi-5. Resist Gaming are going to give this one up. They're just going to weather the storm, continue weathering it. Because at the moment, Hi-5 have executed their game plan perfectly this game so far.
Yeah, probably about another 5 minutes or so. Hi-5 will start hitting level 20. They'll stop getting those ranks and abilities, stop getting more powerful through experience. Gold, if they can stop the slow bleed, just, you know, they're going to get farmed. They're going to get the occasional Gold Fury. But they're basically just waiting for the opportunity to find a quick, a window of opportunity. Brochacho low in the back will fall.
Too much. He hung onto his beads a little bit too long then, and that's going to cost him his life. And now the re-engagement coming out from Resist Gaming might happen here as they're looking for more. Odin, Fearless.
Yeah, damage coming out. That's going to be a kill here in just a moment. Words of Weapons finds that one. Stuns Muse Rally. Does find Xbalanque, but he's able to run away. Nanton's up. Trying to find a kill. Will from downtown. Back in the main body of the fight. It's a 2 versus 3 with Ram potentially coming in around the corner. But will they be able to hold on to this one?
They could actually fight this Hi-5 right now with the situation, and the Spirit Ball connects onto 2 targets. Nonton brings down 1. These slows are being applied from Nonton. The rolling is good for the double for Nonton to pick up. They could look for the tier 2 tower now. Medieval's not done though. He's going to zone them all the way back, so they don't. He's not going to look for the kill. He's just zoning to make sure that they can't recall quick and get back to this action. So this tier 2 is guaranteed.
Yeah, Runeforged Hammer, Witchblade Bellona is very, very tanky at this point in time, especially against those physical damage tower shots. So with that, another tier tower off the map, going in favor of Hi-5. Their gold lead currently sitting at 12,000 gold. This is the big early game lead they needed. And with Polygram Mike on his way back from base, Fire Giant getting started for the first time this game.
Yep, Fire Giant has been started up right now, and here, Huda on the way. Athena will be here, or more than likely with the ultimate soon. No, it's not because it's on cooldown. Fire Giant goes the way of Hi-5. They continue to keep the pressure on. They can look for these Phoenixes now. They could potentially split push a little bit with this Brochacho Bastet.
Yeah, they have a tier 2 tower. Nice and easy to take on the right-hand side of the map. And then after that, what items does she have? She does have the Titan's Bane completed. That does mean a penetration that will work towards towers and Phoenixes. With the Cackle drop down, she does not need to wait for minions to actually take down a Phoenix at this point in the game. Team groups up in one lane, she goes another lane, and just takes it down in about 6-7 seconds flat.
I respect High Five for their game plan coming into this one. I mean, honestly, on paper, if I had to choose one lineup I prefer to play as, I'd definitely prefer Resist Linings, Picks and Bank composition. But High Five across the way, they went for the early game composition. They've executed it exactly how they needed to. Constant Goal Fury control, early aggression, taking down towers where possible as well, looking for picks and apply the pressure with the lead that they get, and then moving themselves into a position to take this game now. With this Fire Giant online, though, they just need to group up and look to take down some more.
Indeed. With that, early on a little bit, it was a couple times, High Five hadn't quite found their groove yet with the team comp. They'd find an objective, but Resist Gaming would answer back with pretty much the same number of kills. They're keeping things pretty close. But about the time of that second Gold Fury, High Five finally got things running nice and smoothly and just kind of really starting to build that gold lead. I mean, looking at the graphs, you can see it was kind of even, sat even for a while. But right about the 15-minute mark, things just really started to go down and start accelerating a little bit for High Five. That grouping coming out, Darkest of Nights.
Oh, that was a panic element, I think. No, I think that was a bit panicky because he got engaged, he got disarmed, and immediately thought he was going to get fully aggressed, backed away. They go for the split push opportunity here. They're sending Bastet over to this solo island right now as the rest of the team push down both the left-hand lane and the middle lane here at the same time. They're looking for an opening, all the boys of High Five, to try and get engagement on, and it looks like the engagement might be on left.
Oh, they found Bellona in that Ring of Spears very, very low. Phoenix is going down so quickly. Vulture is about to get hit by that last breath poison. Going to pop the circumtraction, looking to heal back some of the damage in the near future, but the poison does mean no healing comes out. That's going to be a dead Vulture. Chaos finds one, but who that fell as well.
Chaos made a big play then, does use his combat blink to get out, but Medieval still wants this kill. He's trying to dash in, put the pressure onto this Xbalanque, who's going to go into the Phoenix, not going to find the bludgeon. Nonton though cleans up Valentine on the backside. Here comes Tyr.
Still looking for a little bit more. Pantheon trying to run back to the fountain and get healed up. Good stun coming out from Agni. They're looking to force these guys out of their base. The Titan getting aggressed a little bit, but Bastet took down that tier 2, yeah.
Yeah, right side takes the tier 2, going to get some free damage onto this Phoenix as well. It won't drop here because Lawbringer comes out for weapon on this tier. Going to get a good fearless combo and a good stun. Not going to connect though because Brochacho pounces away in time. But the middle Phoenix falls too. Yeah,
that's 2 already. Going away High Five rather. 4 members now grouping on this right side, looking to take down the final Phoenix standing. This is a huge overall play by High Five. They went 1-for-1 in the engagement on the left Phoenix in what was a 4v5. Ring of Spears drop down just to make sure they can't look for a big engagement right there. Nonton will get taunted back in. It's an unfortunate pick. High Five would have preferred to keep the AD carry alive, but the damage was already done. High Five, fire minions swarming down all 3 lanes. That next Fire Giant is, I don't want to say it's already lost for Resist Gaming, but they're really not going to be able to move past the threshold of their base, because otherwise the Fire Minions just swarm straight on through.
I mean, Nonton dying there wasn't the worst thing in the world because he's 40 seconds, the Fire Giant's down for another minute and a half, so he'll be back up in time. It's just a quick way to get back to base. That's all he was thinking about. He was trying to get back to base quicker, and it worked out well for him there, so he's going to be able to buy his items, work more towards that Deathbringer, and then the boys of High Five can group up once again and look to try and close this game out. Now, they've got a lot of potential here. They can just go for the Fire Giant and end, or they can try and siege down one of the lanes when Resist Gaming go for the Fire Giant, because they've got to deal with all these Fire Minions.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, this is not a good spot for Resist Gaming right now. It's not a guaranteed knockout from the summer qualifiers if they lose this game right now. There's still hope at the 5th and 6th seed spot, potentially how things work out, but the 5th and 6th are not guaranteed slots in summer qualifiers. 4th place is, and if High Five secure this, they'll keep their hopes of that alive.
They catch Agni trying to lazy back on the right hand side. He wasn't really lazy backing, but the ward caught him out of position. Chaos trying to play the best he can here to stay alive as long as possible. He's gonna go down to Medieval there, and now they're gonna look to try and end this game out. They're not even waiting for the Fire Giant to spawn. Nonton is not with them though, so they've got to be very careful about positioning. I guess they're just gonna push on some minions into this one.
They pretty much all they have to do. Good taunt coming out from Bellona right there. Can they find the big picks they need? Medieval very, very low. Can they secure it though? That's gonna be the question. Looking like they cannot at this point in time. Catcall drop town and Nonton's about to arrive. It's going to be a 4v5 here in just a moment. The Titan has been aggressive. Minions are present.
Yeah, Nonton is also here as well on this hunter with near a full build engagement. Lawbringer fearless combo into the Athena. Dunk Nonton has to roll away. The engagement from Odin though tries to buy some time for him. He takes the sky. So Raj hits multiple targets. He actually finds one. Not going to find the last snipe though. And the looks like we're going to see Bellona fall down to a great spirit ball from Vulture as well.
It's 2-4 at the moment. Can they hold on against what look to be very horrible odds? Fire minions from multiple lanes are storming their base. The Titan is falling. Ring of Spears drop down to help delay that wave clear, stopping these minions from falling. Hi-Five are looking to close this game out, but the health bars are getting so low. Medieval in the back, down to about 300. Vulture sitting at about 600-700. They're looking to counter-engage and force them out, but the Titan is still being aggressed by those fire minions.
Yep, so now you're going to see them all back away once again. The fire minions coming in from the left-hand side. Left Phoenix is going to spawn on this next wave that's going to reach them, I suspect. So someone needs to get over there to defend that right this second. Chaos is aware of that. He's going to try and get there and defend that Phoenix. You can see the pings on it already.
Yep, everybody is about to be respawning. They might choose to go back to base. They know right now that Resist Gaming basically cannot leave their base. And even if they tried to, they'd have to leave somebody back to wave clear. And if, the only person right now that can really deal with 3 full potential waves of fire minions would probably be Pantheon, but he's someone they very much need in the fight right now. He's a big chunk of their damage. He's the highest on their team. Agni is right there with him as well, but you know, it's a very, very rough spot. Fire Giant getting started once again by Hi-Five. Gonna start slowly bringing this down, wait for reinforcements to arrive, and once they do, it's gonna drop very, very quickly.
It is. Nobody's actually going to come over here to contest this from Resist Gaming here. The Fire Giant will go for free. However, the Phoenix in mid lane should respawn. So they're going to have 2 Phoenixes available to try and defend. Right one will be a little bit more delayed than that. So we'll just keep an eye on this one now as the boys of Hi-Five start to siege up this mid lane. Phoenix does come up. There'll be one more Fire Minion wave coming down this mid lane. And you'll probably see Hi-Five wait for that. If not, they won't need to because they can just like 2-hit it.
Yeah, and wait for it. Maybe not. Maybe look for a little bit back and forth. But the fight is sort of on the moment. Bellona going for it, fighting a nice taunt. Ring Spears drop down. Nantan able to get straight out of that, though, as it is his own team's. Phoenix holding on for the time being, but they're looking for the damage back and forth. The Phoenix will fall. Athena, or Bellona rather, going deep in back, trying to find Pantheon, zoning out beautifully and about to find a kill.
Yeah, she is trying to zone out. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, Elbow Chacho's chasing under the tower, trying to bring down the Hudat. Nonton actually finds a kill onto the tier that went very deep onto the enemy team. Hudat falls to Bro Chacho as well. It's a 2-for-0 exchange, and the Titan is under siege. Hi-Five's hopes of getting a 4th place spot are still alive.
Indeed, they're going to be going home victorious in this quarterfinal matchup. They are not done yet. They also need to win as much as possible today. Resist Gaming, unfortunately, their hopes at the summer qualifiers, it's now out of their hands. It all comes down to the exact bracket setups and how these teams finish going forward. They still can potentially clinch a 5th or 6th seed spot. The numbers and finishing stuff, it's all over the place. It's anybody's guess what exactly is going to end up happening. We'll see how that works out later on today, and I'm sure somebody else is doing numbers. But nevertheless, Hi-Five's hopes at that guaranteed spot still alive.
Still alive for them, but now they're going to face on the Titans of North American Challenger scene. Team Eager defeated Salt Shakers, and that means that they've now got to face up against Eager, the guys that have won 5 out of the 6 weeks of North America. Can they make it 6 weeks in a row, though? Find out soon, because we'll be joining them as they face up against Hi-Five next.